Welcome to the Energy Hour. The Energy Hour is brought to you by Quality Home Improvement, Southern California's premier residential and commercial contractor, making homes and businesses energy efficient, one building at a time.
What's going on, Southern California? My name is Christopher Moss. I'm your host on the Energy Hour podcast. We got Shaun, Brett, and Rob in the house today. Today is episode 54. 5-4, man. We finally got there, right? A lot of things happening here today. And of course, August 9th. This whole year has blazed by. Am I right, guys? It has completely been blurry.
Yeah, just a bit.
Just a bit, right? I mean, think about that.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking about just first part of the year. I thought it was going to take a little bit longer, you know, because COVID's kind of slowing down. And all of a sudden we're getting this, hey, we're back, Delta variant. They got the Delta Plus.
Yep.
What do they also have? The Slee Stack 502.
I have no idea.
No, for some reason, they're going after the Greek alphabet. I just think they should start naming them after the states that have the most cases.
The St. Michael 105.
The Florida variant, you know, because,
right?
you know, 1 in 5 cases come from there.
Now, I'm hearing that. Listen, I try not to watch news because it's so depressing, firstly. And secondly, I mean, you're going to have to get a shot for every one of these freaking things, man. You know, I've already got the shot.
No, not
I got
really.
the 2 shots.
Yeah.
Well, they said the Delta Plus.
Yeah, but you may carry it, but you're probably not going to get sick from it. But you have the ability to carry
What
it
about
for someone
this-
that doesn't have it.
What about this booster stuff I'm hearing
They're
now?
talking about boosters, and Dr. Fauci even said there's possibly a pill by the end of the year. You'll be able to
crap.
pop a...
Seriously?
I saw on the news that they have an inhaler now that was approved.
Stop the
No
press.
joke.
No joke, no.
What?
Yeah.
They're going to try to make. They're going to
Unbelievable.
try to make it where it's more, you know. Yeah,
Something's wrong with
I could
that,
have
dude.
sneezed inside of a bottle and just people feed off of that. The same thing as an inhaler. What the hell?
yeah. The problem is a lot of people thought they get to the herd immunity, but didn't do the calculations correctly, where you need 70-80% of people vaccinated to get there. So that's the problem.
Oh, boy.
So we have to we got to get our numbers up because we're only around 50% in the country.
50%? Don't we need like 75% or something like that?
Yeah.
That's
But
crazy.
we actually have people, when they're not getting vaccinated, the vaccine only lasts so long on the shelf. So
It expires, huh?
We're sending it to other countries that want to get vaccinated before it expires.
Well,
so
that's good.
It's not like we're sending it to India. We're sending it there because they want it, and we're not using it. I heard CBS was one of the places that had the most.
CBS.
Had tons of vials that just were going to expire, and they're just sending them all over the world now because
that's good.
we keep making new, but we'll see what happens.
Sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if they double charge for that.
Oh, they got to, man. Come on.
It's already been paid for, but we have to pay separate transportation over there, so there's a cost for that. I wonder if all that's been factored
Oh,
in.
and the price per vial. Right?
Who knows?
Come
I
on.
have no idea what they charge for those things.
Right,
on
right.
the backside, right? Obviously, people who want it, they're not going to charge them. I understand that.
Yeah.
But what is the true cost of one? Anybody know?
Perhaps India's just paying shipping and handling because I mean it's going to go bad anyway in a week.
Shipping and handling.
Well, you know what I mean. It's
do
going
you
to go
think
bad.
do you think you'll be able to get it on Amazon soon?
No, but the pills. Will.
Kind of home test kits?
I think they're gonna have. I think the pills will be the thing, or an inhaler, like you meant. Something's going to be so you don't have to. They're going to try to make it easier, or I hear they're just going to just put it in Twinkies, and then everyone will have it.
We're talking about the coronavirus. Sit down and join us, will you? Come on.
We haven't gotten to the solar yet.
Jeez Louise.
Hey, 1 o'clock. Let's roll.
Oh, Lord.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Solar,
Yeah. But anyway.
the energy frontier.
Yeah, but anyways, it's all good. So, that being said, the coronavirus has changed. And I just pray to God that it doesn't get anything crazier.
Well, it's just like cancer. Cancer is mutated into different.
Oh, you don't even hear about cancer anymore. It's a coronavirus.
I don't know. I had 2 people die from it this year, so I heard about
Well, I
it.
had a couple people croak from it, you know.
Yeah.
It's not good by any means.
No, cancer's still a big one out there, but you know.
It's going to be the biggest,
But
to be honest with you.
it mutated. That's,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and all it is a mutated cell when you think about it. So it's a cell that went rogue.
I just hope they don't say, oh, by the way, the shot that you took for the coronavirus has cancerous qualities in it.
Breathing right now has cancerous cell, and
Yeah.
your building you're in if you read the signs, has materials that were used that can cause cancer. It's everywhere. Your car does. Every place
Coffee
has
you
it.
drink, right, Rob?
The coffee you drink. That's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, Splenda. Yay.
Splenda, that's right. It's sweet, but I'm dying.
The pink,
the pink
one.
stuff. Yeah, all of it. Yeah. So,
So anyways, we're here.
On those happy notes.
Yeah, not to
Let's
depress
talk solar
anybody.
now.
Yeah, not to depress anybody. But a lot of stuff is going on, man.
Yeah.
And what about this, before we get into all this other stuff, what about this? I hear that LA County is going to shut down. Is that prevalent? Is that going to happen?
Well, already when you go out there, they require the diaper. So it just depends where you go. It's weird because you see a transition. I get to drive all over for different things. Yeah. So if you're in LA, it's more kind of policed. As you kind of progress away from there, coming this way, depending on what stores you go in now, right? Because if you own your own store, you don't want nobody in there like that. I understand that. Yeah. God bless you. This is America. That's the way it should be. Sure. But you can see transitioning. For example, this Walmart right up here.
Yeah.
They want you to wear it no matter what. You go to Stater Brothers right up the street. If you're vaccinated, they don't want you to wear a mask. That's what they say for you.
Yeah,
right?
you don't have to, right?
So,
I noticed my Stater Brothers that has that same sign is 90% mask wearers again, and Trader Joe's that went off the mask thing is back on the mask thing.
Well, there's a lot of people that will
just because it's spiking again.
There'll be a lot of people that lie about it too, man.
Well,
they just nod their head. Yeah, I've been vaccinated. Liar.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's very difficult to base.
What was that one guy in?
On the
what
honor
was that
system.
one guy in like Taiwan? He was licking the freaking elevator.
Oh yeah,
he was like
buttons.
He was licking the buttons on the elevator. What the hell is that?
He was probably severely caned.
Yeah. He's the poster child for
that guy should have just been taken to a balcony and helped to get to the ground floor
quickly,
expeditiously.
right? Yeah.
Yes.
Just toss his ass off.
Yeah, that's just. I mean, come on, my God,
right?
like really.
So check this out. If they shut down Southern California, if it gets shut down like it did before, I'm telling you right here, right now, the government better print the hell out of money because a lot of these companies are going to go bye-bye.
Yeah, but the problem is, too, you got to take print the money for people that need it. I mean, you can't say a business needs it and Kanye West gets $4 million.
They give it to rap stars, exactly.
No, exactly.
I mean,
but you know
crap.
what? And believe it or not, even churches got in excess of $1 billion something, $2 billion. It's fine, but businesses, like small businesses, really where it needs to be. And even some of the large businesses that have giant overheads, But I mean, it's got to be distributed correctly. That's the problem. And then people need to be able to pay their freaking rent.
Well, they just forgave all that stuff, right?
Is it back on where there's moratorium on
I heard something
or something like that? I know they're trying to ban it again. I don't know which one's
I heard
passed.
something on the radio that says 100% coverage. It was on like KFI or something like that.
100% coverage, but you're still going to owe the money at the end.
Yeah.
No. I don't think so. I think
no. Unless
they're
the
giving you
government's
forbearance.
Yeah.
That's the way they did before.
Yeah, exactly.
If you lose your job or whatever, they'll give you forbearance for like a year.
Yeah.
But then guess what? It starts, bam.
That's what mine was.
Is that going to be a cumulative amount? Probably.
They weren't charging.
They weren't charging you
no
like
interest,
any interest
or anything like that.
But the money's
you owed
due.
what you owed. Yeah. Yeah. The money's due.
It just put it like on the back end of it.
Right.
I mean, why not just hand you a tent at the same time as you're getting paid? Because that's where your ass is headed, to a freaking tent, man. It's ridiculous. This is a short-term annihilation. It's going to be the biggest train wreck. It's going to be bigger than the Depression.
Bigger than the housing market that crashed?
But absolutely.
By putting out subprime loans?
Oh, that's going to happen too. Listen.
The Big Short, right?
Again.
And the Margin Call were
it's going to happen.
On this stuff.
All these banks, Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, all these guys that have changed their name, they're going to do it again. This is where we're headed. And you know what? We don't care. Why are we not doing something about this?
No, it's what Brett said too. The problem is if you keep backloading it, there's no way you'll catch up if you don't have a job.
You can't recover.
The government does have to print some damn money and pay rent, otherwise it won't work.
They need to print the hell out of that money.
I know. When you do that, you're devaluing the dollar now too. Because it says in America every day there's 1,700 new millionaires every day.
1,700? Yeah, because they're taking advantage of these programs.
No, a lot of it's in cryptocurrency, inflated value for things that might not be the value that they are.
It's kind of like the .com when it was not.
No, cryptocurrencies. It's volatile.
No, but there's a lot of
absolutely,
just like the stock market is volatile. They tell you all over the place it's volatile.
Yeah,
it's gambling.
It's gambling. If you can't gamble with the money, you don't invest with it.
So it's legal gambling on a governmental level, pretty much.
Pretty much.
All right, so COVID sucks. It's killing people still. I mean, people are going to the hospital.
Did you hear the latest?
Even when they had the virus
You heard
shot.
the latest number, though, right?
What
Nationwide, we're
What
up
is
to
it?
100,000 cases a day. We haven't been that.
100,000 cases. That's
day.
worse.
No,
Yeah,
that's when we were back at our peak.
Oh my
But
God.
Florida, you just take a look at the state of Florida. 1 in 5 cases are just from one state. That
Yeah, I
state's
know.
just got to get its shit together. I'm sorry.
And that's where my family's from. And
Oh my
like,
God, really?
it's-
Are they there still? They're there?
yeah.
Florida?
Oh,
Oh
they're,
my
they're both. They're all nurses and doctors.
Oh my God. And here's I got to say this. Here's
So we
something.
hear that aspect.
Perfect
Of
storm.
No,
right?
Brett. So I've got a few doctors in the
So
family
they're saying
still.
1 out of 5 of the entire population in Florida
No,
are
in the
coming
United
No,
out.
States.
one in 5 cases
In the
are
United
in the United
States.
States are from Florida.
Isn't that crazy?
But to talk back on like doctors and nurses and stuff like that, you know, I've got 3 doctors in the family, and they just said we're pissed because we're working longer hours. Our freaking nurses are on double shifts like you can't believe. They're exhausted. Just wear a mask, do something, because they're flooding and they're losing ICU beds. You know, so
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
But these people have worked their ass off. You could say what you want about the virus, but these nurses and doctors are heroes, and they're putting in the hours. They're exhausted. They don't see their family. I feel bad for them. You know?
All I know is that very soon there's going to be civil unrest. You got the coronavirus. You got this housing problem. You got, cryptocurrency. I already told people a while back, I got juiced for $20,000
On crypto?
on whatever. I got jacked so bad, and they smiled as they.
I thought it was going well for a while, and then it just kind of like
Oh
imploded.
man, it's just see you later, alligator.
Jeez.
It's just bullshit.
Really?
Sorry.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it is. So we're eating ourselves from the inside out. Listen, I just got that. We were just talking about it this morning on my phone. I got this thing that says, this is no kidding.
Oh my
Brett.
God. You're
This
going
guy
to tell this story.
I'm going to tell it really fast. I got this email from somebody that says, we got you masturbating on your phone. We saw you looking at kitty porn. And if you don't send $1,000 to this wallet,
In cryptocurrency. Yeah.
I think you had like a week. Oh, we're
This
gonna
was a
release
text
it.
message?
No, it was actually an email.
Oh,
We're gonna,
email.
We're gonna release it to YouTube. I'm like, well, I'm a porn star. Who cares, man? This is how low people are going
But
to
how mu-
get money.
But I mean, if they throw that out to 1,000 people a day, does one bite and they make 1,000?
Well, I sent
And
him
that-
$1,000.
And how do you take that? I mean, there's
Monopoly money.
There's gullible people. No, there's gullible people
Hey,
out there.
there you go.
There's gullible people out there that someone will fall for that.
It's like the senior citizen
No,
scams, right?
they just need one
It's
idiot a day,
ridiculous.
but one idiot a day, and they're living large.
Yeah, and how many?
It's sad.
You know,
Scams.
now I'm getting SMS texts like you'll never know.
Where have you been putting your phone number at?
Nowhere, man.
You do know your phone has a private setting. At least Apple has.
You have to show me. I don't know, but it's
They
just
don't
horrible.
track you?
I get calls, emails, texts from these clowns, and just like you said, man.
I never get any of that
The only
stuff.
thing I ever get
Stop.
is that my car needs a new service contract for it, and I haven't had it in 20 years.
Oil.
I have received something like that before.
But you know how what happens is my phone
Is that
sees
the
it
call?
as
Oh, yeah.
spam,
Yeah.
but I still get the voicemail.
Gotcha.
Press 2 if you need more insurance in your car. No, I don't.
Yeah, exactly. So my case in point is you got the coronavirus going off the handle. You got this housing industry. This industry is ready to blow up, and then you got these people scamming people every freaking day, man.
Well, desperate times, desperate measures.
I mean,
people get more like this when money's tight.
And
unfortunately.
then on top of it, I kind of hang out on LinkedIn every once in a while. Yeah. You get all these people trying to inspire people to be good, and it's almost like Tinder at the same time. I'm just like, holy crap, Batman! Everything is changing. You were talking about Twitter after dark.
Well, sometimes they get frisky, but I'm. Now, for the most part, I go there for
What's
the
going
politics
on?
and for some good jokes.
Twitter in the dark.
No, I'm talking about everything in general. What is going on? I mean,
The chaos that man is created.
But take a look too. You got to look at COVID. Helped boost social media.
oh, totally.
Because
Everybody's at
everyone was
home thinking
bored
of-
off their ass. And then
thinking of scams.
my wife, who's now going to be my ex-wife, went ahead and went on TikTok because she was bored out of her mind for 18 months or whatever it was, and thought she became a star, and she got to be basically the only thing she gained was becoming a narcissist. And no, because I mean, people just start to think, you know what I mean? And so, I mean, to some degree, there's certain social medias that are good, and some of them are very cancerous too.
Tell me one good social media platform that represents good. Go.
The only one that I've gone to, and it's not totally good, that's for freaking sure, is Twitter, only because it's you can pick up on some news and things like that. Facebook's evil. I mean, to me, I think Zuckerberg is. Did you ever, before?
It's a joke.
There was that comic who got in trouble for pleasuring himself around friends. But he said, "I can prove to you."
Wasn't that the movie director?
No, no. It's not Weinstein or whatever. No. Louis C.K.
Oh yeah.
But he said, "I can prove to you that nobody watches your videos."
That guy looks like a South Park character.
Doesn't he?
I think he is. But he said, "I could prove to you."
Perfect sense.
He said, "I could prove to you nobody watches your videos," and all they say is, "Oh, I love that about your kids. It's wonderful." And he says, "How you do it? The first 10 seconds of the video is your child performing at a play or whatever.
Yeah.
All right. It's like the first 5 seconds. The next minute is a picture of your ass." And trust me, no one pays it more attention to the first 5 to 10 seconds to go, "Oh, your kid's so talented."
Yeah.
And they never watch the rest of it. That's how shallow people have gotten.
Exactly.
Our attention spans have gotten so small that 10 seconds is the amount. Like songs are typically 3 minutes long because that's as much time as you can pay to something.
Yep.
Videos used to be that. Now they've become GIFs and things that are like 10 seconds long because our attention span is getting shorter.
Really read anymore.
No.
Yeah, you can read stuff on here, but most
what
of
about
it
a book?
is visual representation. They show you a video, a meme or whatever, and you're like,
Right.
"Oh, okay." And that's what
True.
this generation
Yeah.
is
Video
going
based.
down a
It's all
path
video. It's all video.
When's the last time you held a book?
Problems.
When's the last time you held a book and turned actual physical paper pages?
You probably don't even know what direction you read from.
I'm really concerned though. I'm really concerned about all the generations that we have.
Oh, it's terrible.
Because we're at Generation Z. So is this the last one?
I have no.
I mean,
which
we've run out of
generation
the.
Are we supposed to be?
We're Gen Z. No, we're.
Are we X? Or
I don't know.
something?
I'm probably at the tail end of a baby boomer.
generation
You're a baby
X,
boomer.
I'm Gen X.
I'm a baby boomer.
Yeah.
Firstly, Rob, you're a
somebody
baby
ask,
boomer.
I'm at
Somebody
towards
ask
the end of it.
Google.
My brother's a baby boomer.
Yeah.
We're all in that. But like Gen Z, we've run out of alphabet. Is
Yeah.
that the last one? Is this
Then
the
you
end
go
of
to
days?
Epsilon and Lambda and all that other
Is this
stuff.
What is your? Me and Rob are baby boomers. He's right at the end.
my
Well,
kids are
we're
Gen
looking
Z.
it up right now to find
Okay,
out.
yeah.
Because of my age, I'm probably right on the fence with you
Are you?
guys.
You're not
He's
a
on the cusp.
millennial. You're like a
No, I think I'm a Generation
X.
Yeah.
I think you're a Gen
you're,
X.
If you're born between 65 and 80, you're a Gen X.
There it
you go.
is. Gen X.
That
So-
means you're a Gen
No,
X.
no.
He's a
I
millennial.
missed it by a year, so I'm.
You were born in 64?
Yeah,
He's
so
a baby
probably I'm
boomer.
a baby boomer. Right at the
Yeah.
tail. I'm on the
Yeah,
cusp of it.
baby boomer.
Damn, I could have been a Gen X. This sounds so much cooler. Baby boomer sounds really lame. I'm sorry, guys.
But I hate to say it, these millennials that are here now are the stupidest people on the frickin'
I don't know.
planet.
I saw someone do an analogy and said the Gen Zs are the nicest group of young people that we've had in a long
Yeah,
time.
and you
they're
know what?
caring. And I got to look at my two sons.
A lot of millennials have more money
yeah, that's true.
than the
yeah,
Gen
they're
X's
they're
and all that
crypto,
other stuff.
and they're gonna all take a crap.
No, but
But you know what?
There'll
It
be a
can
book one
It can
day.
take a dump, but guess what? They've already piled up.
yeah.
So who cares?
Yeah.
But you know, someone
these
said
are
that
the app makers, right? And all the other guys.
Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah,
Some
but
of these people fall right
when
in.
somebody said that they've met and they've looked at the Gen Z kids are like the nicest. I look at my kids and they're just so mellow. They're not materialistic. They're kind. They're polite. I mean, hopefully it's part of how I raised them. But in general, I mean, they're everything that was described as a Gen Z. I don't know, but we do have society kind of running amok.
and who picks those names for those generations? Where's the guy who said you guys are Gen X?
Yeah, and that's the guy in the corner.
So the
you know.
millennials is technically Gen Y, and the Zennials or whatever
Zennials?
Oh, wow.
is Gen Z, and Gen Z is technically Gen A, and they've just changed the name from Gen Z to Gen A, or Gen A to Gen Z because they wanted to have their own name. But the Gen Zs, they say make decisions more easily with less stress, and they're
Yeah, I watch my kids and they're like that.
like boom,
Just like
just no problems, just
Well,
mellow.
let's just make
Chris,
it more complicated.
Chris, my kids are more mellow. They look like
they don't care about.
they have
anything.
energy, but look like they just took a Xanax because
Yeah.
they're just they can make a decision with no stress, no nothing. I look
Seriously?
at them and
Yeah.
I'm like, how do I become you?
I just want to cut off my pinky.
No, it's just like
it's life.
I mean, think
decisions
if they're
like-
making decisions like that.
and if I show them like, I like a BMW M3 competition, they go, it's beautiful, Dad. It's a car.
Yeah, they don't care.
No, they don't care. So I say, no, I see the design to it. It's gorgeous.
You start talking about the stitching in the seat.
No,
They don't care.
and that's carbon fiber, and it reduce the weight like this, and there's 650 newton meters of torque, and they're like, oh, sounds really nice. It's pretty. We like it.
It's a car,
I said, would
Dad.
you get it? They go,
It's a car.
A lot of things that get you from point A to point B. That's how they are. They're very mellow.
They don't care about getting their licenses. They don't care about
You're right.
Listen,
they don't care.
But they're just mellow. Whatever they're
I can
taking,
Uber. I can
Kind
take a
of
lift.
sad.
no,
It is sad.
No, because what they're into though,
Those are going to become future leaders of a major superpower,
Which
and
is
it's not sad.
crazy.
No, because when I look at my boys, what they are into, they're extremely into. They're very passionate about it. What they've decided that this
What
is
are
something
they
that
into, Rob?
no, like my oldest boy, okay, it might be interesting, but my oldest boy loves Japanese culture for some reason. He reads all these Japanese books and anime and things, and he's
is he
into the
gonna-
graphics and stories.
Is he going to move to Japan?
No, but I want to take him to Japan for sure.
Okay.
I haven't been to Japan. I've been to like a dozen countries. That's one on my list, so that'd be cool.
There you go.
When I look at my son who loves movies and so forth, he isn't watching
He's like
American movies.
No.
He's on what's the
BBC?
No. He's on this other. What's it called? It starts with a C. It's a website that has like movies from South Korea and
What?
Asia and Europe with subtitles, and the depth of stuff like when Parasite came out.
Yeah,
He saw
yeah.
Parasite and he said, "Dad, you got to watch it." I go, "Okay, I will someday." He said, "No, you got to watch it." So my
I saw it,
soon-to-be
right.
ex, we sat down and watched it, and it was a really good movie. But he's into stuff with depth. He looks, they used to when they were really kids, they looked at the Marvel movies, oh cool, but now it's just like almost below them. Like
Wow.
Scorsese said, it's just people in costumes.
Yeah.
But I mean, they're just into such deep, like meaningful shit that I'm like, maybe we are going to be in good hands. Because they're mellow and they're not going to push the big button that launches a weapon.
Yeah, a lot of those kids.
And they're very smart.
They don't like violence at all.
No, and they're super smart.
Anti-violent,
Yep.
Granted, they want everybody to just get along. And
So
they
tell
want,
me something. Was it in the water?
No, but yeah, what is it? Is it interesting though that
I'll be honest, no. Because my
What changed them?
My kids,
Come on.
are your kids in the same group?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, all of them.
What changed them?
Yeah.
Their school.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
you
no,
think
but
so?
but I have to think though the
Absolutely.
parents did as well.
It's absolutely
They
their school.
wanted the Dewey
Well,
Bonics
parents
way
have
back then
parents
too,
have a lot
Bob.
of influence on children if the children allow them to accept that
Yeah.
influence.
Like I'm very close with my sons. They're very bonded to me.
So what kind of job
And
is
I-
he going to
and I-
have in
and
the
I-
future?
So there's
And I
probably
teach them.
there's probably some kids out there that don't have a dad like Rob,
Yeah.
who's going to be there for him and do whatever.
Yeah.
And so now you have that generational aspect of in the same box, right? So now they don't give a damn still, and they didn't have the upbringing of a parent like Rob, and now they're going down a path that's I think 10 times worse than our generation
Yeah.
did. Plus what they're taught in schools now, they're not taught they're taught the very bare minimum of the aspects of how our country started, why it started, and what it was here for.
so
Primarily to get rid of the British, right? We
Yeah.
don't want a king over us. We
Right,
don't want
right.
a monarchy. Thank
Right.
you. Have a nice day.
Right, right,
Is the,
right.
the ultimate premise, in addition to worshiping whomever you choose to worship.
So do your kids watch the news by chance?
No.
No, but they're
Okay.
but somehow they're informed.
That's it.
No, they are somehow informed. Like,
YouTube.
like they know. No. They watch it in pieces to learn what they feel they need to know.
And
Like,
they choose
but-
what they want to know.
And yeah, but if they want to know that, like my kid can tell me what's happening in Europe or India or someplace, and he won't watch the news to get that.
No.
There's a lot
Well,
of sources.
where does he get his information?
There's a lot of sources for it. You can,
Some of them might get it from a friend who's overseas that lives
yeah.
there.
Or believe it or not,
through a text message.
No. But believe it or not, they will get some of the information from not any sort of U.S. media. They'll get it from someplace in Europe or someplace else that doesn't have our bent or whatever.
Yeah.
The one thing I always did with my kids, and I think it helped, is from the time they were little, I never talked to them like they were kids. I talked to them like they were small adults.
Color in the lines. Rob.
No. I talked to. So when they did something wrong, I would be like, okay, so what do you think about that? Now, what does your brother think about that behavior? Like, would you have liked that being done to you? And I let them explain to me why it was right or wrong.
Parent/psychologist.
No, because everybody knows right from wrong. And
No,
what we
that's
do as
true.
a kid sometimes is, it.
That's true.
You know, the kid
No.
over there's got a little chocolate on his cheek. Did you eat the cookies? No. Wow, your face says you ate it. Not just the chocolate, but you got guilt on your face,
You
right?
never have to teach a child how to lie.
No. Yeah.
They're born that way.
Yeah.
They know. You can
Yeah.
teach them their craft. But
So
they're born that way.
do you feel safe in the hands of these future?
I will say this:
people?
if they're in the hands of, and maybe he'll say for his kids too, if they're in the hands of Seth and Evan, my children, I feel really goddamn safe. Safer than the people running this damn place right now, because this thing's off the rail.
Yeah, it's off the rail.
But I look at them, and he's right. They're very much about peace, getting along, trying to figure out more democratically how everybody benefits at the same time. I'm looking at that. I go, well, yeah, that's cool.
You know, I really hope that's where society is headed.
I hope so.
We need a change.
They're a little young, though. They're not going to be in power for a while.
We've
So
been-
can we survive until our kids get there?
We've been,
right?
we've been talking about that for a while. And I admire good change by any means.
If we don't blow the world up before, it might actually be
Yeah.
in some decent hands. We'll
Everybody
have to
hear
see.
that? Don't blow the world up.
Yeah, but I'm
Yeah.
always surprised by them, every day.
Well, that's great, man.
I'll
That's
see
good
them
to hear
tonight, and sometimes I listen to the
story.
way the conversations they have, and I'm blown away.
Well, you have this Kai, right? I mean, she's a genius at 4.
Yeah, she'll be 5 later this
Wow.
week. Yeah.
She speaks other languages.
Not yet.
mean,
She
she
speaks Spanish
kinda-
a little bit, but
Yeah.
she picked it up herself by watching YouTube videos on. She switched from watching her cartoons in English to Spanish, and sometimes she watches them in Mandarin.
Smart.
Mandarin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Hello?
my 19-year-old knows how to speak some Japanese.
Stop it. Really?
Yeah, because he watches the shows and he's getting to the point where he hears it and
yeah.
he doesn't have to read the subtitle.
I love it, man.
Yeah, that's so cool. 5.
Yeah.
God.
5. She's just incredible. She's good. She's not 5, but she's going to be 5.
Gonna
She'll be
5.
5 on Thursday.
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 She's doing all
August
this-
baby. My youngest going to be on the 31st. Will be 17.
She's doing all of this now.
Well, yeah.
We didn't get that all I got was, Jerry Dunphy, a black and white television, Felix the cat, Speed Racer.
Felix the cat.
Remember?
The wonderful, wonderful cat.
Yeah, Jerry Dunphy. I remember.
Remember
Jerry
that?
Dunphy.
He had jet black hair.
Eyewitness News with George
Eyewitness
Fishback.
News with George Fishback.
And at the end,
That's
you got that last song, the American song, and then
Yep.
and everybody turned their TVs off.
And when I was young, I remember my mom would always be watching Johnny Carson on the couch, and she just inevitably fall asleep all night to the
yeah.
whatever.
Afterwards.
And then I would just go in and turn the TV off, and she'd wake up. She goes, "I was sleeping to that."
Now this is
That white
yeah.
noise. That
Yeah.
white noise is what put her out. You know.
and I
Carson was great back.
Don't
in the
they
day.
sell that now to put you to sleep?
They got all sorts of things.
You can go on YouTube and hear, night water or whatever. That's what you go to sleep to, Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I would sleep to that, but the wind,
Yeah.
the water, rain is, waves.
I listened to this great composer named Hammock. HAMMOCK.
Like swinging a hammock.
Yeah, pretty much.
No, this guy's like great music.
But it would be good music to. Probably
He's an
listen to
ambient music type of a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ambient music.
Ambient.
Yeah. It's no words, just maybe, people singing like angels in the background.
Oh, like a hummingbird fart.
But you could put words over it like
Thanks, Shaun.
relax,
Yeah.
breathe deep. Yeah, breathe deep.
Relax.
It's really interesting to hear you talk though, Brett, because I do think we see that generation very similarly, and it's interesting because
I thought
we
it
have
was
kids in that
hopeless at
age
one
group.
point.
No, I don't know.
It was like, holy crap, man. we got a chance.
Every once in a while, a generation will come and not blow us up. Trust me, I think we're going to be okay.
I hope so, because right now
History's
we're-
very long.
Well, what are we going to do in the meantime?
History's long. Well, the problem is right now we're just too fucking divided.
High
Excuse my language.
taxes.
We just gotta,
Houses are about to come back on the market.
Here's the thing. We just got to get our shit together.
I mean, you hear all the negative words. Forbearances. Your house is going to be sold in 3 years. All this stuff. There's going to be so much chaos. We're entering. I don't know if you guys
Actually,
understand
homes
this.
are being bought in the tune of 20 to 50% their market value in a lot of cases, because there's mega multi-billion-dollar corporations that are buying all that up so that people can't rent anymore.
But they're going to
And now
rent
what?
eventually.
From who? If I own it, and I don't want to rent it to you.
I have a friend. She's a private investor. She's got $500,000 cash in the bank.
That's one person.
And she bought, well,
How many people can she satisfy with rent when there's millions of people that might be out on the street the next day?
I hear you.
Look, we survived the crash of the housing market, which was huge. I lost my house because I was getting a divorce back then as well.
2008, 2009?
Yeah, but my problem is I did a quick sale on it. Had a cash buyer.
Short sale.
Did a short sale on it, right? I told my then wife a year or two before that an investor told me to sell your house and go live in an apartment for 2 years.
You know why? To get your credit back.
Grab your $300,000 in equity now because it's going to be gone. He knew it was coming. Somehow he was like the guys in The Big Short. He saw it coming.
Oh, wow.
He said, get the hell out now, and after, go take the money you just made and you'll buy it at half the freaking price. But I ended up doing a short sale with a guy that had cash to buy it, and the bank knew it, the insurance company, everybody knew it.
Except
and
Rob.
the next morning they said, we aren't going to take the deal. I said, well, the buyer already's got the cash for it. And they said, no, we're going to just lock your door.
That's crazy, dude.
By the way, they owe me like $13,000 or $15,000 because it was a wrongful they wrongfully did that. But how does that buy you back anything? You know?
And somebody else is living in it today.
I still have money. I just found out I got $13,000 or $14,000 of money that's owed to me and my ex-wife from before, because that was a lawsuit against them in the class action suit. That's what it proved, that they shouldn't have closed on my house, but I lost my house because of that.
That's just ridiculous.
Just stupid stuff. But we all survived it, right? We'll survive this too. History's long. I mean, the big thing with right now is we've lost almost 620,000+ people, you know?
Yeah.
That's not cool. I mean, disease is, we'll get houses back. We can't replace lives.
That's part of the, population adjustment, right?
Yeah, but
I firmly believe in that, man. Delta variant, Delta plus.
But I understand that. But for me, it's like when the San Andreas goes, I'm like, okay, shit, that was whatever. But when we can prevent deaths.
I think it was all made. Manufactured.
We do prevent deaths with architecture, believe it or not. Our buildings now stand up a lot better than a lot of other countries.
Yeah, they don't crush you immediately. It takes about 2 hours.
It's not like that condo in Miami?
No.
Oh my gosh.
But no, like the buildings that...
Bye, everybody.
No. Like you look at the courthouses and buildings my brother and I designed. I mean, they're basically on shock absorbers. They're meant to sway. They're meant to move and not crack.
It's better.
And let me tell you, that it'll survive probably quite a big earthquake.
Okay.
But we have a lot of old stuff out there
10.0 is around the corner. So let's see how that really goes.
Just make sure you're not near any building, and if you see any huge, enormous crack open in front of you, try to avoid.
Or jump or if it's big enough, jump out of it if it gets you outside quick.
Right. And you know what can you do if it happened anyways?
Yeah.
No, it's just
they
it's
always
just
hit you up for
part of life.
insurance whenever you get insurance.
Part of life.
So
part of life. So this is why I don't watch the news. I'm kind of like, box.
I get my news from very specific sites where about 5 minutes a day, I can get all the big stuff I need to know. Because if I literally watched an hour or so of the evening news, I'd probably be
depressed.
I'd be not keeping steak knives around, and I'd keep them away from my wrist probably.
Shotgun around the corner.
No, I mean, there's a lot of but you know what? Still, what we need to do in society is have an hour a night called the good news. Because there's still a lot better shit happening out there than the stuff we see every night. Yeah. For every bad piece of crap that's happening, 10 really good things happened.
Yeah, why does everything on the news have to be, it seems to be negative?
Well, they used to have the whole, you know what the old saying was? If it bleeds, it leads.
If it bleeds, it leads.
Yeah,
nice.
And that's really sad because, trust me, there's a lot more people in the world doing good things for their neighbors and other people than there are the bullshit that's happening. And I think we're getting an overdose of the bullshit, and it's just going to snowball. Everyone's going to be negative, and it's not going to help us.
Okay. That being said, hopefully society can survive. I mean, again, we're going to, but it's going to be a different type of society. We're leading into another.
Maybe the change will be good. Maybe it's change we needed to do, I just think we all got to work together. We ain't going to get out of this alone.
No, we're not.
We need to help each other, brothers and sisters, man.
I look at that board now. I'm like, this is mundane in comparison.
So we had a whole board, by the way, that talked about solar, batteries, all sorts of things. And boy, did we get off on a tangent.
Oh, Lord.
But we haven't done one of these in a long time. So
no, yeah. It's good to know. But, what are these solar panels? They're like 470 watts? Yeah. They're as big as a front door.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great commercially, but residentially, it's going to be hard to fit them in. I don't know. Maybe not. Shaun,
maybe on some bigger homes.
You design them a lot, right? I mean, it's relative.
Roof layout is different. It just depends. Like
Yeah.
we tell a customer, your electrical lifestyle doesn't matter on the house; it matters on the person.
Yeah.
But in this case,
Yeah.
here we're dealt with the obstacles of here's your dimensions, go for it.
Yeah.
Right.
So why not max out as much as you can on the roof? And in those instances when you can, we have other product besides that.
Yeah.
And that's a really good point. It does matter more on the person than the house. I've seen 4,000
Totally,
square
yeah.
foot houses that have smaller bills than this one guy that had an 1,800 square foot house that was 700 during the summer.
Somebody's plugged into that guy.
No. It depends. I mean, you walk in the house and you look for the meat hanging. It's so cold, But there are
Like this
people-
office.
Yeah, no, exactly. I walked in this morning and I was just like, wow. I mean, it really felt like.
Yeah, you just come in the front door and hang the stakes on your ears.
I thought I was coming in to cut glass with my nipples.
Right? No, exactly. I can now grocery shop and not worry that my frozen foods are going to go ahead and thaw. They're probably okay
Lord.
until I get home.
Oh, my gosh.
But no, I think the bigger panels are great if the house can fit
Yeah.
it. If not, but we're getting more efficiency. We're getting better warranties. We're getting more wattage.
The efficiency level has gone up. There's this new panel called DNA. And, they're actually...
Aptus or whatever.
Optus, yeah.
Aptus.
They're actually made in America.
Well, it says designed and engineered in Silicon Valley. That
Isn't
doesn't...
that America?
I mean, well,
They've
yeah, but that doesn't mean...
satisfied at least 51%
Yes.
to be
Right, exactly.
I'm presuming it's a tier 1 panel.
Yeah.
It has to
yeah,
be,
it looks
Right.
at
So there
20
you
plus
go.
percent. No, because I mean, even
We're not shipping them here.
no, but even Apple is designed and it's an American company, but products are outside the company. There is no.
I mean, like the silicon for the panel
Well, yeah,
itself.
is there any silicon being monocrystalline grown in the United States?
I'm going to have to look that up.
There isn't, right? It's all in Malaysia. Even
yeah.
even SunPower, they get their stuff from.
Malaysia.
Yeah, but I mean that's okay. But it's a great looking panel. It's got some great specs.
Yeah. So this DNA, it's called, this panel,
Yeah.
has got some pretty cool stuff, man. Its production warranty is 30 years.
30-year warranty on production.
30 years.
Look,
That's just insane.
I think for customers out there who are contemplating it, we're at a really good crossroads of price and performance.
Listen, now's the time to buy
Right?
solar, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
Absolutely.
the performance and the price, and on that particular panel you're talking about, it's all black. It's
Yeah,
a
it's
good
sexy.
looking panel as
Still
well.
looks good.
So the aesthetics is great with 30-year production warranty on it, 20+% efficiency. It's not going to get a lot better, folks. I mean, and your
yeah.
bill just, by the way, just listen to us by this time next year and your bill went up 6-7%, or you could have negated that shit by just getting in now.
Yeah.
It's not one of those things you wait. It's like, hey, Chris, do you want to save now or you want to wait to save? Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Oh,
Hello.
no, I'd rather wait to save.
Yeah, let me wait, Rob.
I'm going to wait a couple years to save. I'm
Yeah.
not into all that saving, but right now it's a really good price per performance.
So now let's talk about electric vehicles.
Yeah.
Here we are, right?
Oh, yeah.
The Tesla's still okay, I guess. It hasn't
I
flamed
heard
up.
that they're
Have they fixed some
what
of
is
the
that?
problems?
I'm not sure if it was the Tesla Cybertruck. They're pushing it back to 2022 now.
Yeah.
2022.
But what they are trying to come out with, if you've seen it, is the $25,000 little, it's like be the size of like a Volkswagen Golf GTI kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be like 20 something grand.
Electric vehicle.
And I think that's what Tesla's doing it. And I
That'd be
think
kinda
I think
cool.
they're looking at that as being their bigger moneymaker than the truck. Plus the truck has a lot of manufacturing issues with that material. They're you could do the prototype, but it's really hard to scale that up.
It kind of hurts when Ford comes out with their truck.
Yeah, the 150, right? The
Lightning?
electric. Yeah, the Lightning. I already know someone put the down payment on it. I mean, that's pretty good, man.
Not only that, but you
What's
can use it
the-
for power at a construction site.
Isn't
That's
it
an
over-
advertising
You
thing.
know, you
What?
can do. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you can
That's cool.
Yeah, that's smart.
you have
Wow.
enough power to
Yeah.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah.
So is this the one that's getting over 300 and something miles per charge? Is that the one?
I don't know what
the
that one
Lightning.
gets.
I believe it is.
Yeah, it might
No,
be.
I think it is the
Well,
Lightning.
remember I told you.
But listen,
Yeah.
you can take. Let's push aside the electric vehicle, right?
Okay.
Any standard vehicle that takes dinosaur fuel, right?
Yeah.
All right, fine.
My pilot.
Really doesn't matter the size of the tank. They all relatively go a distance that's roughly the same as far as mileage.
Isn't that interesting?
Or within, plus or minus 20,
So,
30 miles.
It's 230 miles, and you can upgrade to a larger battery bank to get up to 300 miles.
Right, and they're saying though
Wow,
here, I think we're looking
shoot.
at the same thing.
So
that
it's all
they're going to expect to be
relative.
able to go 400 miles on a charge in the next generation of it. And BMW's coming out with their iX utility SUV, 375 miles on a single charge.
That's the one I was listening to.
Almost 80% of your charge done in 40, 50 minutes, under an hour. That's ridiculous.
That's insane.
So this whole distance...
Is that 800 volt supercharging?
I don't know. That's a good question. Let me look, because Porsche and Audis are all 800 volt, and that's why they're so amazing.
You can take a Tesla to a supercharger, and
they're still 400 volt.
You get 80% in like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That has to be 800 volts or so.
No Tesla is, I don't think, yet.
So, Shaun, you were saying that the dinosaur vehicles, it's all relative at that point.
The mileage is still going to be the mileage.
It's still going to be the same.
And it's going to be the same for electric vehicles. The only difference is your cost is going to be mitigated by how much you're paying out of pocket for the components
the
to
fuel,
begin with, right?
Versus the electricity.
The car, let's say, right? Which would be more expensive than a traditional vehicle. So,
but you know what's amazing?
Isn't that interesting though?
No, it's really
they're all relative the same miles. Yeah.
Well,
that's weird.
Roundabout, right?
That's weird.
I challenge you. Go do it right now. You'll see.
That's weird.
Take any vehicle on the market right now that takes regular gas, regular unleaded. Find out what their miles per gallon are and how many miles the tank goes for. They're all roughly the same.
The thing is, and that's how you get over your anxiety about distance, right? And every electric vehicle knows they got to be in the 300 plus range to really get you over that 300-400 mile range. And once that happens, it's just about charging stations.
Sure.
So what you're going to start to see, and this is something I'll talk to you about later that I'm going to be getting involved in, is gas stations are going to be becoming hybrids.
No, they're going to have electric charging stations.
No, they're going to go.
You already see it on the grapevine.
Yeah,
no,
480 to 800 volts.
All solar on the canopies, parking areas, all sorts of things, and they're going to be making the big switch. That's going to be one of the big businesses that's going to go solar, battery, and charging stations.
I remember going to Southern California Edison, one of their symposiums, right? And they brought out this really cool charging station. It was like from Evron or whatever it was from. Mm-hmm. And they didn't even have an inkling of where this electric vehicle thing was going to head, right? It was 480 volts, and it was made by Southern California Edison.
Yeah.
So the only thing that Edison's getting into, they don't care. They know that people are going to use more energy. It doesn't matter.
They're just going to adapt.
They're getting into the charging business now.
Yeah, they saw what happened to the people with CDs and 8-track tapes. They know you either are a dinosaur and you don't change and you become extinct, or you just buy in. You're going to look at all the Arab country that's sitting out there that's bought all into fuel, and what are they doing? They're buying electrical grids now in countries.
They're buying grids.
They're also building the largest solar facilities on the planet, and they're supplying countries with energy. They're not stupid. They're going to just move to the next energy source. And that's what we're doing. But the more electric cars get out there, I have to think the more houses we're going to have that are going to be solar with batteries, charging stations, and that's cool.
Rob, you're in architecture, right?
Yep.
So
I was for 25, 30 years.
It's still in your blood.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the building envelope now.
Yeah.
Right? You and I were talking about parapet roofs, chase stations inside the middle of the house for all the gas, water, and everything.
Houses need to be built more efficiently, just like a building.
What was that one company that was building those really cool ones you were talking about?
I forget the name of it. Yeah, it's in LA.
They're so modular and bitchin'.
Because what I want to do, I don't want to buy a house. When I buy, I'm going to build, because you get more bang for your buck.
Sure.
I like modern. Modern always sells for more than a traditional home.
Sure.
So I'll walk in and have instant equity. But what we always do in a building is stairs, electrical, HVAC, everything's is in basically a chase.
Yeah.
What's really cool about those homes, which I'll just mimic when I design mine, even though I want more of a one story, I might have a loft area that's kind of like where I get to go and my woman and no one else. But that chase is also you enter it from the outside of the house.
Wow.
50 Shades of Grey room, baby.
Hello. This is the after hours portion of the home. No, but what's cool about it is, so if you have people coming in fixing your plumbing or things like that, or electrical or Wi-Fi, whatever it may be, your security systems, they never have to come in your house.
That's bitchin'.
And it's a 2-story, and it goes up, and there's a ship's ladder, and there's a second floor that's in there, like mesh floor.
Put your test equipment on and tell me what's
everything's
wrong.
in there. I mean, unless it's a sink that's leaking at the sink or the toilet, all the major plumbing doesn't have to go through concrete and stuff. I mean, it's basically you just walk in, and all you see is all the electrical grid, the security systems, everything that's in there.
Are you going to have one of those glow in the dark toilet seats?
No, but that's actually smart. So you can actually hit it in the dark. Do you?
We have one.
Stop.
Do you?
Well, ours broke.
Hold on, that's kind of smart, dude. You don't have to put a light
Ours
on.
broke, right? And check it out. So, anyways, somehow my wife had it changed out or whatever, and I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
A glow in the dark toilet
And I was like,
seat.
why is the nightlight off in the bathroom? And I was like, wow, look at that thing. I was like, really?
It's glowing.
Hold on, that's smart.
I had to turn the light on and off a couple times. Is that really glowing?
Is that really happening?
You know how you look at the sun?
Is this
for
a dream? Is this a dream?
You close your eyes.
That's smart, though. Look at that.
Yeah.
I'll have to take a picture of it.
It'll help.
And it requires no energy to run. It just sucks up
and it
the
has
light.
one of those. It's the lid that slowly goes down, so
Slow
it'll never
close.
slam.
So it never
no matter
slams either.
Yeah.
So you don't have to put a light on or have it slam and wake someone up. That's
Yeah.
beautiful, man.
It's gorgeous, right?
No, but see, what I want to do with the modern home too is, everything would be in the chase.
Yep.
Solar would be on the roof.
Yep.
Batteries would be in the chase.
And AWG.
Yeah, and the atmospheric water. Put 2 of those up, so I get 500-600 bottles of water. I'm my own water and power.
You don't have to go to Costco anymore to get your water.
No, because you're gonna get knifed when San Andreas. You're gonna get shanked.
When it's popped?
Dude, they shanked somebody over a Popeye's chicken sandwich. They're gonna shank you over a 24-pack or 48-pack of water. Trust me.
You might not survive.
I don't have to go
Yeah.
for that.
Here, just take
and
it,
the
Bob.
whole house, by the way, I'm very much into succulents.
Yeah.
I love succulent plants, so the whole garden will be drought resistant.
Oh.
Drip irrigation. It'll be beautiful. Things will be blooming, and I don't have to take a lot of water for that. It'll be a very efficient house, because one of the things we know in buildings is it's not how much the building costs, like for the government, it's how much it costs to maintain and run. So if you make a house that's really efficient, you've also lowered your bill on maintaining it.
Makes sense.
And
Makes good sense.
And it's hot. It's a great looking, sexy home.
So
Yeah, battery charging station for the house, solar, and then atmospheric water is something I think people
it's a
should look at.
perfect mix, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just smart
That's why I want to do
building.
a flat roof. You'll never see it.
That's a smart home
There'll
right
be a
there.
parapet. No one will
It's a smart
see it.
home.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. I can't wait.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
Hopefully next year.
Yeah. So now let's talk about Brent. Did you know that Renovate America filed Chapter 11 last week?
I heard that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
What the hell, man? Hero Network.
Yeah. Down, right?
I mean, reorganization. Do they want to
Here, does that go from hero to zero? It's the opposite of zero to hero.
Now listen?
There's not even a zero because they're going bankrupt.
Yeah.
Well, it's I think Chapter 11 is a form of reorganization.
Reorganization and yeah, they go under.
Hi, Rob. We're not going to pay you.
What do they go
but-
under? What do they call it? Conservative. They go where the
Conservatorship?
something. Yes,
Maybe.
exactly.
Yeah,
That's the word. That's
the
word.
trustee
heard
gets
that before.
involved.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
basically help manage your money so you don't make the mistakes that put you there in the first place. Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not like a 13
I
where
s-
it's gone.
I saw that coming when it first started.
Yeah.
I said, something one day is going to happen.
Yeah.
And here we are, right? Just like Pace Funding changed their name to, what's that?
Home run or something?
Home Run.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do they change their name?
We're going to hit a home run because not only we're going to
let's not-
suck your equity.
Questions like that really don't help right now, Shaun.
your third
why?
born.
No. You don't need to answer. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. We didn't change the name for any legal matter.
Right. But you know what? It's the same portal, but it's got a little different look.
But doesn't it also have
It
some
has
better features?
I think the greatest thing about it is it has an unsecured feature now built into it.
Yeah, which is nice.
Which is secured and unsecured.
Yeah.
I mean, not everybody needs secured financing.
No, a lot of people
Don't like
even
it. Yeah.
mind paying a little extra if it's unsecured because there's no liens or potential fixture filings. That's cool.
They have these rates that are really, really good, but really pisses me off, though. In any of these financing bozos, and they're listening, hopefully, right now, is these dealer fees, man.
Yeah.
You guys got to cut and run. If you guys want to be the number one guy out there, hey, first and foremost, you should be thanking us for giving you the opportunity.
So they're basically
you don't get. I don't get a thing of bonbons sent to me in the office, or a box of Tootsie Rolls that says, "Hey, thanks, Chris, for giving us that $1 million deal." I get nothing. Oh, and by the way, that dealer fee is 11%. That's crazy.
It's like a closing cost on a loan, right?
Closing cost.
Okay, but you make up a good point. It's like you're going to penalize the person that gave you the project and the loan, without us selling it. We didn't need to finance anything, and you didn't exist.
Why the hell are banks? This was perfect for a bank.
But it's just for them to make the interest rate The only way to make the interest rate look that sexy is to charge you up
Just
front.
to drop your shorts.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're charging you, but it's still,
I hate to say it, there is a company out there that wants 25% as a dealer fee so you can drop your shorts in front of a customer.
I know that one. It's called, hey, you talking to me? Huh? It's basically run by the mafia. They run a VIG on it too, don't they?
Oh my God.
It's ridiculous.
Something
25%.
I shouldn't say their name, should I?
No, that's 25 grand
Something
on
light.
100 grand.
Don't forget rhymes with.
Oh yeah, Bite Financial,
Oh, jeez.
Gun Bite Financial. 25% is their maximum. Are you kidding me? Seriously, man?
Well, the question becomes on that though.
Isn't that illegal to charge your customer?
How big is a loan, and are they someone that will pay it off early or take it to term?
Dude,
it possibly save them money?
Does it really matter if the customer is getting what they want, which is lower payment?
And if they signed?
No, because
I mean, it's not like they were held at gunpoint.
But what Brett's saying too, Chris, if someone's going to take it for a full 25, 30 year term, paying 10, 20% up front might actually save them quite a bit of money
at the end.
Would you tell a customer?
But if there's someone that's going to pay it off early, where you say, hey, I can pay it off early, there's no prepayment penalty, and they're going to pay it off in 10 years, obviously don't do that. The lowest interest rate is paying it off sooner. I don't care what the interest rate is. If you paid off sooner, you didn't have it every year. You got rid of it. But he's right. It could, even that high fee could save them.
Let's do a scenario right now.
You might still save 10 or 20 grand at the end.
You and me, Rob.
No, I don't like this. This is too intimate. I'm sorry. There's two other people in the room, and they're watching. They're making me nervous.
So if I went to you, Shaun, and I said, "Hi, Shaun, your solar system's only $30,000, but for an additional 25% added to the note, I can get you XYZ interest. Are you interested?"
There's variables involved with that.
Yeah.
Number one, it depends on the type of customer I am to accept or deny that. Do I qualify for something else aside from that? I would find that out first before I go down that road.
You have choices.
So, and it depends on the person. Like, you'll have some customers go, I'm always going to do the 30-year route.
But that's called.
You also have the person that says, what is the payment? I don't care what it is over 30. What's the payment per month? I don't care.
But hang on.
Because they have that budget. They know my payment is $250 a month.
Here's my point. It's called disclosure, man.
Yeah, but we always
you're
do.
disclosing to them what it is.
We always disclose, though. We disclose everything, 100%.
You would take Gun Bite Financial's 25% predatorial mafioso.
No, listen.
No, arm breaking, kneecap removing loan.
No, I would not, but the customer might.
Yeah, but Chris, too, if they're going to go to term on something as long as 25, 30 years, paying an extra 15, 20 grand in the loan might save them 15 to 20 grand by the end. You got to run the numbers.
Maybe I just don't understand.
No, you have to run the numbers because that's true. But for the person that pays off early, no, that'd be the dumbest thing you could do. What I always say is, I don't care if the interest rate's 5%, 10%, 15%. If you're going to be someone that's going to pay it off in 5 or 10 years, you just wiped out 10, 15 years of payments. You have the lowest interest rate possible. But if you're going to take it to term, buying down might work, but it's a simple mathematical calculation on your calculator. Take out your iPhone, calculate, this is how much it saves me. I'm willing to put up 15, but I'm saving 15 at the end. For some people that will work because
you end up saving more at the end.
Yeah, and the thing what Brett's saying, which is a good point, is you will end up saving more at the end, but it does come down to that got me my monthly payment that I have budgeted.
Or lower.
But I need $200 a month. I can't spend $1 more, and that's what I want, or $150, whatever it is. That's what got it to
I spend $350. I'm on the level pay plan. That's what I can afford. If you can meet or beat that, nobody else can. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then
here you go.
Exactly. So it can work.
Would you disclose the 25% pop?
I would disclose the amount that it would be because it'd be written in the contract.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They would initial
who reads those anymore?
No, I know.
But they would initial it.
Yeah, they have to initial it. And we always disclose everything. You know how we work around here. We don't hide anything.
It's just a different financing point. I mean, I was just like, these banks, man, what is freaking wrong?
Well, how do you think they're in business?
Yeah.
I mean, if
on
you look
other people's backs.
No, if you look at the banks, hold on. Okay, so I looked at somebody that went ahead, and when the housing market crashed, they had credit cards that they had go upside down, right? So they were starting to charge them 34% or something like that interest, or some astronomical number, right? when I did the calculation for him, I told him to tell the bank to go screw themselves because you can't get blood from a stone, right? And if you take a look at what he paid on that initial debt, he paid it 3.5 times over.
3.5 times.
So if he gave them not $1 more, they still made 3.5 times what he charged. That's why banks are in business. If you go in an overdraft and you get hit for $34 every time and
Wells Fargo.
you didn't pay attention to it, but guess what? Oh, you went to Trader Joe's, you got gas, and you went someplace else and you got hit 3 times in one day and you lost $100.
You were 11 cents over,
They're
Rob.
predatory. No, they're predatory, and that's why they're in business.
And what they'll do is they'll be like, you know what? We'll forgive one, but not the other two.
1 or 2, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. That's all we can. That's as far as we can go.
Because you should have known.
Yeah, Brett, I checked with the manager. He'll let me take 2 of these off, but the other 3 are going to have to stay.
Yep.
And that's what they do. He's absolutely right. But the banks, that's where all the money is. Everyone makes money on the funding, not the product. No matter what we make here as a business, stay in business, is the financing people that make all the cash. And that's why they got the
So
big
my
houses
point. So
and-
why don't they hand me like, a box of Tootsie Rolls at least?
No.
This money we're giving them.
No.
I'm just saying that I just don't. I think some financing is great. I think a lot of it sucks though. Sorry.
Yeah, but there's
Just
also...
my opinion.
But,
Just my opinion.
but also...
We can say that about every industry, though.
Yeah, because how could someone else right now, outside of cash buyers...
Think so?
Save money? Yeah.
baby.
Oh, yeah. No,
Oh,
he's
yeah,
right.
baby.
Because here's the thing. If you don't have cash, but you're bleeding out twice as much money a month on... Let's say I'm paying $500 a month on electricity with Edison, and I can get down to 200 or below. But I can't do it without financing because I don't have the cash for it. That who we're calling the criminal in the sense is the people that actually allow me to save money every month. I'm saving $300 a month. That's $3,600 a year because I can only do it with that financing.
And you know what,
Because you have to
Chris?
figure what, like Brett always, Shaun always talks about what you're not paying for in the utility, right?
The
All that
avoided
extra
energy costs.
the avoided energy costs has to factor into that. And if you do that, you're saving so freaking much money, guys. No matter where that financing is, you look at the avoided energy costs, there's no way. I mean, 80, 90% of people out there are going to save. People, I hope you're listening, go solar. I mean, for God's sake.
Definitely go solar, but choose the right program. Man.
But we always help them do the best
Yeah.
program that suits them.
choose the right program. Because,
Yeah.
anyways, that's a moot point anymore. Yeah. All
Now,
right.
that avoided energy cost is a big one. How many people think about that? Shaun always brings that up. When you look at what you're avoiding, like someone goes, I'm going to spend $40,000 on this system. And go, yeah, you saved 170 grand.
Yeah.
Okay. Factor that. Let's
Yeah.
put that into a
That's-
monthly payment over the next 20 years, right?
That is a good
Or
notice.
think
right
about
there.
that.
20
No.
or 30 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen,
and
avoided-
Shaun brings that up every time because it's so important, and a lot of people they never register that.
That's great for buying the product,
Yeah.
but you got to get to the finish line.
Yeah, but that's why financing is there.
Oh,
So, but this is what I was going to say when you're bringing up that 25% and everything like that. You know what that just tells me? If you were a customer of mine, you're not interested in a long-term investment. You want to see that ROI right away. So guess what? Solar is not for you. And you're going
Right.
to suffer because of that. When you had the choice,
Right.
which was presented to you in disclosure,
Right.
what could be provided for you.
Right.
So you know as well as I do, Chris, we had felony flats.
just
And we got the best
It's out there,
on
yeah.
top of the food chain.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the customer is going to qualify for one or the other.
Yeah. But let
And whatever is in between.
Let me ask you a question though, Chris.
yeah.
So let's say there is a 11% or 20%, they're going to put on this thing, right?
Okay.
Okay. So, but I don't go solar this year. I'm paying more than the loan. I'm paying twice what I should be paying because I can cut my Edison bill in half. Oh, and by the way, it's 7% next year, 7% next year, 7% next year, 7% next year increases. And times that by, how much does it go up in 20 years?
Yeah. Right.
That 25% or 20% or 10%
140%.
looks like nothing. It's
Yeah.
negligible at the end of the day.
Listen, I get it.
I mean, I would pay that in a heartbeat because I'm going to avoid 7 times 20 is 140%. We know every decade almost Edison bills double because it's compounded annually. Goes back to Shaun's avoided energy costs. That my money becomes nothing. That extra VIG or whatever or closing costs you want to call it. It really does. So it's a no-brainer. I'd still do it every
It's negligible.
at the end of 20 years. It's a pimple on the ass of the whole deal. Trust me, it's nothing big. It really
Okay.
isn't.
All right.
I don't believe it is. I really don't believe it is. I mean, it's better if we could get down to 10 or 11% or 8%, of course. But Yeah, if someone's got a big enough bill, it's going to be nothing.
I think Energy Loan Network, one that I work with a lot,
Right.
has got the right thing going.
I think, well, yeah.
Under $15,000, it's $500,
Oh, yeah.
and above $15,000 to an unlimited amount,
Right.
it's $1,000.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
Yeah. What's the interest rate on that one?
I can get down to 3.99.
Yeah, no. So, but like Shaun said, there's felony flats, which are the ones ripping you off, and then the top of the food
We'll
chain.
finance 70%. You got to pay the other 30.
Yeah, but I mean, there are.
That's busted credit right there.
But what we always do, as you know, and you're one of the masters here about it, is you always find the right financing for the deal for the customer.
Yeah.
So we always tailor it.
See, one of the PACE programs, this is a percentage, 17%.
Yeah.
Of just fees on one particular potential project that's not going to happen because of that.
Yeah.
That's 17%, just that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just different. I wish things would change better for the customer or better for the business that's doing
Right.
it. Hello?
It can, but solar is a long-term investment.
Have you
Yeah.
ever not
That's another good point.
have you ever not thought about the dealer fee and then at the end went, oops? That hurts, dude.
That's been ingrained in me to make sure.
I actually had a rep do that. It was 15%. And this guy made practically zero. You know, it's a thing on him, but I'm just saying, you don't want to, and the bank doesn't care. So
That's why you have contract review.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I do that now. Yeah, exactly.
Pretty much when you look at people are already severely, most of them overpaying for their utility, and the utility still goes up 6 to 7% a year. It's really hard not to construct a deal that's going to save them money.
No, that's a travesty by itself.
No, I know, but
right?
it's almost impossible for us not to come up with a deal that's better for them. And like he said, too, it's a long-term investment. We're talking about, it's just not about saving today. It's about saving over the next 20, 30 years.
Yeah, I'm with
and
you.
when you look at that, I don't know how. How many deals do we do where we go, oh, no, that really wouldn't save the customer money? I mean, it's a handful.
Yeah.
Most of the deals are like, yeah, that'll save you. I mean, whether it's a lot or not. But if you're a big user.
And the funny thing is they usually buy when it comes down to that.
Yeah.
Those people usually buy.
Yeah.
It's the people that you're showing them like, you're going to save $300 a month. And they're like, no.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you guys, how do you guys feel about the power purchase agreement and the lease? You think it's still going to be there for a while?
Yeah. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah. I think PPAs are going to be around also.
That's what's fueling solar right now.
Yeah.
Is leases and PPAs.
Lease and
Well, because you
PPAs.
do have people that can take advantage of the ITC. Mm-hmm. And a PPA, or at least depending on how it's structured, can give them at least half of that.
Yeah. If you need oil, if solar was ran, let's say oil, like a machine is run by oil, it's leases and PPAs.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah. The little mom and pop things, they're doing their stuff too.
Yeah.
But what's really fueling it all is that.
Yeah.
And it's going to be here for a while, because if they're giving you a 20-year,
20, 25 year, 30.
Yeah.
Guess what? They intend to be here. And if not, the California Solar Initiative is already in place to take care of that in case they're no longer in business.
No, exactly.
So that's all.
It's secure.
Ready to go.
I mean, even your utilities are buying independent, PPAs. They're signing PPAs for.
They're buying farms.
They're buying solar farms, but they're buying the production of it.
Yeah.
If you have to be paired with a financial institution that's putting you in a box like that, who cares? That's their box. The customer is paying for that box. You're providing them what the customer wants.
Yeah.
You give them what the customer
Give them
wants.
choices, right? Just let them pick.
Other than that, you don't make nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to be around for a while. I don't think those are going away anytime soon.
You think those big companies care? Yeah, some of them, there's probably some diehards that go, yeah, we're going to be here for the future. We're going to be here 20, 30 years. And there's people that have been there for 10 or 15 years going, I'm just trying to make it to the next day.
Yeah.
Whatever. Here's your warranty. Thank you.
Yeah.
Car goes from point A to point B just as much as the expensive one does.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
No, and if you take a
Hopefully
look
that's
at
the case.
we happen to sell a lot more cash and
they treat it
loan
like
deals.
Walmart. They treat it like Walmart, where they're like, I'd much rather have multiples with a little bit off of each instead of a couple of big whales and maybe this might happen and not. No.
Yeah.
You get all that you can. You scrape in everything you can.
So what do you think happened to Sunrun?
Nothing. They're a business like anybody else. They have their ups and downs. And I'd like to say at least one thing. With regard to Sunrun here and this $213
million loss in the hole?
second quarter loss.
Yep.
You have to remember, it takes money to make money.
Sure.
Number two, most businesses, quote unquote, I'll put in parentheses, suffering like Sunrun, this is just a means to an end. It means it's going to take off.
I mean, they're $1 billion company. Like,
I mean, it's over
23 billion.
Yeah. It's going to
Yeah.
take off. It's going to take off as much as people don't like to admit it.
Or they do want to admit it.
I mean, the bottom line is those companies have so much overhead because, quite honestly, they're a marketing machine more than a solar company. They just happen to install solar. I mean, but that marketing machine costs a lot of money. But if you lose even $250 million and you're worth 20,
and if they're no longer here anymore,
right.
guess what? Like I said, California Solar Initiative.
You know where
any other solar companies step right in and go, let me have that.
Wherever there's a void, someone steps in. But I'll tell you, the biggest problem they have, because I know a bunch of people working over there, is they continue to either lower their base pay or they're redoing their commission structures to where it's getting to a point where it's not that attractive.
Yeah.
And then when the companies like that can't handle roofs, and so they're losing 20% of their deals because they won't do a roof. And that's where we come in, right?
And that's
so we fill that void.
And then what do they do quarterly? They like lay everybody off or something like that?
They do.
They do.
They do.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
business
the model is a revolving door.
When Shaun and I worked at another company, we planned every quarter to have interviews as we planned on these big companies having these giant layoffs so we could bring them aboard towards the end of the year or the end of the quarter.
So pick up the prime.
Yeah. Well,
The pick of their prime that they let go of.
right, exactly.
Yeah.
And we would get calls. Hey, we're letting this guy go. 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 Do you have a spot for him? We can see.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So we just
But
reorganize.
that is the model
And
when
we-
you have that many people, yeah.
And we would reorganize and we would make it work. And that was my job, is to make it work, is to figure out where to put these people, to plan for these guys coming aboard. Don't get me wrong. We knew that 25 to 50% of them wouldn't make the cut,
Right.
but we'd bring them on. Give
That's a
them
lot
shot,
of logistics to
boom.
juggle.
Oh, it's
Right?
insane.
Yeah, I mean that's a hell of a job.
So
you have
one of
there.
those companies, you won't mention the name, is it still around?
Yeah, there's several.
Several?
Yeah, anybody that's publicly traded does that for the most part.
Publicly traded for sure.
Yeah.
But these private guys?
Still do.
Really?
They do it sometimes they do it
Sun,
monthly.
somebody, Sunlux? I own their domain now. How can they be in business?
I don't know.
That's just crazy.
No, but a lot of these
What is-
companies, they know within 90 days, there's a whole group of people come in and they just are going to be herded out within 90 days sometimes if you don't make it.
That's crazy, though.
No, I know, because I even remember when I started with some of those companies, I had I didn't have months, I had weeks to start showing. All right.
Right.
And-
right out of the box.
No,
In
yeah.
some situations, it's days.
Yeah,
in these
and-
places. If you don't perform in days, bye.
Wow.
No, like that's why there was weekly production meetings. You get 2 or 3 of those in a row, you're gone.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean,
The,
you're gone.
the dreaded production meetings.
Every Tuesday and Thursday, and if it went south, it was Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Yep.
They flipped it.
You know what they do at one of your internet companies? They just move the people that when their team's not performing, your last meeting of the week is at 5:00 on Friday, just to muck with you and make sure you didn't get home till 7 because you're not producing.
Yeah.
There's nothing like meeting the stated goal and maybe surpassing, but then the following week they provide you with a goal that far exceeds what you were given initially, and then they remove staff that helped you accommodate that goal.
That's one thing. Yeah.
So that consistently happens in companies like that.
You know what else is? You know what else is a real terrible thing? Couple things. Number one, like when I was with some big companies, I could go and I could sell. Let's say they wanted me to do 15 in a month, and I sold 25 of them. But the next month, I sold not 15. I sold 10. They had this interesting amnesia where they couldn't remember that I sold 10 more the month before.
Right, exactly.
Because the problem with it is I sold 25. I was 10 over. But when that new month starts, they're just like, I don't even remember you. What's your
like
name? So you start
reset.
over
It's a
again. It's a
reset.
hard reboot.
No, that's where you bank it, right? And you just put it in the next month.
Yeah. No, exactly. So what they're doing, yes, you've got your salespeople just going, oh yeah, man, I sandbagged that sucker. It's going in the next day. And they'll drop 3 or 4 of them in on the first or second. But then the boss comes over and goes, I know what the hell you're doing. And you get in trouble for it sometimes. I got in trouble for it. What I loved, I got to be honest, SunPower, when I was there, had a great thing. You had a quarterly financial number you had to hit, whether it's $550,000 or $650,000 in sales for a quarter. So it wasn't like month to month where everyone's at the end of the month, you basically your colonitis is kicking in and you got diarrhea and you're puking before your meeting. No, you have 3 full months to get your shit together.
Yeah. Right.
And typically, you should be able to sell $900,000 worth of equipment in 3 months.
Yeah.
But that was at least better because you see all these nervous guys just going, oh my God, I'm dreading this freaking meeting. And it's sad because it takes morale down. And that's part of your numbers too. They got people that just get demoralized and you can only stay working that hard, fast for so long.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. And they don't get the bag of Tootsie Rolls either,
No Tootsie Rolls, baby.
Don't give it anything, man.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
In some situations, they don't even have the meetings with the lower performers. They only have the higher performers in one meeting and everybody else in another meeting.
Yes.
They have them outside in the veranda.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because they don't want the negativity to mess up their superstars.
The energy,
Yeah.
right?
And guess what else they did at one of the companies I was with? You would think when you have the lower performers that maybe I'm going to be generous and give more leads to them. The additional leads go to the higher performers because our close ratios were higher. So when I was closing at 70% or whatever, I got more leads. And the guy that needed it, he's on the vine going, I'm dying over here.
Yeah.
Now they just kept taking them away from them. And so now it's a double-edged sword. Not only aren't they performing, they're taking leads away, so it infringes on their ability to perform.
So it causes them to quit.
It causes them to starve.
To starve, and they starve on the vine, and then they either leave or they fire them.
Or they turn around.
Yeah.
Huh.
What I used to do is, sometimes they asked me to go help them. So I just let them shadow with me, and sometimes it worked, and they all of a sudden got a boost.
Not everybody's a high performer.
Not everybody's willing to help other people either.
Yeah, like I had this one lady.
Why would I help someone take sales that could possibly be mine? I'm not saying that I do that, but I'm just saying.
But at one time, one time when I was at SunPower and I had 400,000 sales, one lady had 70,000. She was about to be cut. My boss said, can you work with her? I took her out on 2 things, and all of a sudden, a week later, she was up to 200,000. Another week later, she got up to 300,000. It was just, and when you look at it, sometimes when you're in that down phase of sales, you can't get yourself out. Someone else got to lift you up and say, you're pretty damn good. It's all in your head.
Yeah.
You psyched yourself out.
It's all a process,
it's like
right?
before a game.
Yeah.
I'm going to strike out. And that's what they think instead of I'm going to
hit the home run.
But the companies are hard. The companies are hard to work for. We're a different animal here.
Well, we do more than solar.
No, we do a lot more.
Which is better.
Yeah, and just having the roof is amazing because a lot of companies can't do that sort of stuff.
Hey, so if you're working for Sunrun and you can't do a roof, just send them to Rob.
Yeah, to be quite honest, there's no integrity issue there because they've already DQ'd it.
Which is crazy,
if it's
right?
If it's a full DQ disqualification, they are not going back after it. There's no retainment group that's going to try to go out there because they're just not going to do the roof.
Yeah.
Period. Sometimes they don't even want to do a main panel upgrade, but it's mostly the roofs that they get screwed on.
Gotcha.
Bring them here.
Gotcha. Any thoughts, Brett?
I'm good right now.
Wow, we went from COVID and everything and we finally got something, talking about solar.
A little
but
bit.
here we are.
A little bit.
And so how things going with you, Brett?
Great.
Good. Solar pool heating, baby.
Solar pool heating, solar, battery backup, you name it.
And you think battery backup's going to be humongo? That was one of our topics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's augmenting as we move forward.
Absolutely.
Into the
I think that
demand issues, right?
If we don't have an option, we all need to have one.
Yeah.
And I just think we should all have an offering.
We'll check back later, right? With that,
That's right.
See how that's working. Right.
We'll do.
So we have to get some systems involved.
We are.
Okay, cool. Shaun, any thoughts?
From this pointy head, no.
He took my troll and he made the hair pointy. I'll make sure I put that on the internet. Rob, any final thoughts besides?
No, I think we've covered a lot today.
We went from everything down to the president down to lithium-ion batteries. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Right?
Go solar.
Yeah,
just
go solar, man.
Just really be looking at it. There's no reason to wait to save. That's kind of absurd. So
get her done.
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
All right, guys. Hey, thanks for listening. We appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next show. Take care. Have a great day.
Thank Thank you for listening to The Energy Hour. Visit them on the internet by going to qhiinc.com/TEO. That's qhiinc.com/TEO.
This podcast is brought to you by Aliva Digital Marketing, lead generation and SEO for local businesses. Increase your web presence with their results in advanced strategy, including a video website audit and analysis for free. Listeners of this podcast can get 75% off Aliva's fees. But hurry, only the first 5 businesses that inquire can get this deal. Aliva Digital Marketing, a proud sponsor of this podcast, online at alivadigital.com.
Got your latest electric bill? Is it less than last month or last year? Probably not. But if you had a solar system from QHI, it would be. Your electric meter could be running backwards. Right now, get a QHI system installed for no money down, no out-of-pocket expenses. Get an immediate savings on your electric bill. Call 909-609-5437. Solar is all they do. Call QHI 909-609-5437.
Did you guys know that your solar panels will produce less energy when they're dirty? Why would you pay all that money for a solar system and lose energy? You might be losing up to 30%. Hey, check this out. My friend Ozzie is going to come out to your home or business and clean your solar panels with distilled water, not regular tap water. They're going to do it right. Check them out on the internet at MrGlossyLLC.com. That's MrGlossy LLC.com. You can also give them a call at 909-955-5506.
Capture the joyful magic of the holiday season with Virtual Santa. Virtual Santa is a high-definition projection effect that walks, waves, laughs, eats cookies, and puts presents under the tree. From outside, it's so real, you swear Santa's in your house. Virtual Santa, originally seen on ABC's The Great Christmas Light Fight. You can choose from traditional Virtual Santa or new African American Santa. Holiday effects include Virtual Santa, Mrs. Claus, Santa's Workshop with Christmas elves, and so much more. Buy one effect or a bundle. Available in HD DVD, digital download, or USB flash drive. Also available in LED projection bundles. For a winning Christmas display that will delight your neighbors young and old, visit us at virtualsanta.com and become known as the house where Santa lives. Virtual Santa, where holiday spirit begins.
Solaria. Beauty, efficiency, and power. For nearly 20 years, Solaria has set the pace for solar panel performance, efficiency, reliability, quality, and design. Solaria continues to leverage its patented technology, engineering expertise, and sophisticated automation into creating one of the most attractive, energy-efficient solar panels available on the market today. Redefining home solar. Solaria's high-output solar panels deliver maximum energy production in a streamlined, all-black design that complements your home's architectural style with more than 20% more energy per square meter than traditional solar panels. Solaria's advanced Power XT panels pack maximum power into minimum space for industrial leading efficiency. Enjoy clean, reliable power day in and day out, backed by our 25-year warranty. Solaria is the new benchmark for solar energy. Quality you can trust for your home and business. For more information, go to qhiinc.com/Solaria.